Right then guys, it's PSL here, and I'm here for part 6 in my series on Grand Prix Manager 2, managing Jordan. And after the previous episode, which just had one Grand Prix in it, the Hungarian Grand Prix, where the weather conditions changed an endless amount of times, Gianni won. He snatched the race win from Martin Brundle just because of the 2-hour time limit and the fact that he was on dry tyres in the rain. It was quite silly. But I never showed you the championships and how that affected things. So not only did Gianni beat Martin Brundle to the race win at Hungary, he also overtook him in the championship as a result. So Gehard, Berger, Michael Schumacher, Gianni and Martin Brundle are all within 10 points of each other with only 4 Grand Prix left to go. So honestly, anyone could win it. So, Constructors' Championship, I can tell just by looking at it, Benetton are leading it. I'm guessing Jordan the second? Yes, we are. So, Benetton are leading the Constructors' Championship by quite a way. Jordan, we're in second, 68 points, so we're way off, but we're 5 ahead of Ferrari and 11 ahead of Williams. And as I said at the start of the season, all we need to secure a works deal with one of the 3 main engine manufacturers is a top 4 position in the constructors standings, and we're easily going to do that. McLaren on 22 points, there's no way they're going to turn their season around. And then it's still Tyrrell, Arrows, Minardi and 40 who all haven't scored points. So that's all good. So yeah, we've got 4 races left to go, that's the news. 4 races left to go, and at the moment things are looking, I mean, you know, the last race was promising for us. I mean, Brundle arguably should have won the Hungarian Grand Prix. Barrichello's strategy was messed up a bit by me. So this should be promising heading into the Belgian Grand Prix. But I just want a nice, easy, simple Grand Prix after the crazy one at the Hungaroring. But Spa, I don't know, normally it produces hectic races. Okay, heading into qualifying, Damon Hill has just beaten the qualifying lap record. Now Jacques Villeneuve has. Both Benettons might well do, because I think that's the one thing Gerhard Berger has done pretty consistently all season, is break qualifying lap records. And, well, I mean, qualifying lap records not so much, but he has almost always broken race lap records. So, although last time out it was David Coulthard in the wet, which I'm still perplexed about. Barrichello started his flying lap. Martin Brundle was just coming up to the last starting grid position. So, okay, so Barrichello. So we've seen both Williams have broken the qualifying lap record. Nothing from Benetton, surprisingly. Or Ferrari, or, well, McLaren, really. But, I mean, to be honest, if McLaren broke the qualifying lap record, that would be a surprise in this first season. So, coming round, I believe that's the corner in no name. That's Rubens Barrichello. Obviously, Brundle just a few seconds behind round Pouon. There goes Barrichello. We may as well speed this up a bit. So, coming round the last couple of corners, Rubens Barrichello, can he beat the qualifying lap record to take pole position around Spa-Francorchamps? So, coming up towards the start-finish line. Yes, he has. 2.8 seconds Barrichello has beaten the record by. What about Brundle? Can he best that? No, he can't. Hopefully he's still taken second. Yes, he has. So it's a 1-2 in Belgium. But Barrichello's beaten the qualifying lap record and has beaten Villeneuve by 2.8 seconds. And then there's Luca Badoa, poor Luca Badoa in the 40, who can't even get a sub 2-minute lap. Yeah, not much to say, it's both Jordans from Willie. That's surprising. 1, Mika Salo's actually racing, and 2 in 5th. Okay, well, Mika Salo somehow has qualified in 5th in the Tyrrell. He's ahead of Michael Schumacher, Mika Hakkinen. And that's especially weird considering Mika Salo hasn't even done the previous few Grand Prix, as Tyrrell have favoured putting in Emmanuel Collard instead of Mika Salo. So Salo hasn't even done the previous few Grand Prix, turns up and qualifies 5th. And then you've got Katayama down in 18th. But Sauber have still favoured putting in Norberto Fontana instead of Johnny Herbert, and fair enough, because, you know, Norberto Fontana, he did beat Frentzen in both qualifying and the race last time out. So I've sorted out a race strategy, and once again I'm going with what my drivers and the rest of the team have suggested, which is a 2-stop, just because, well, as you can see, a tyre set 1, 18 laps, 41% wear. Maybe you could stretch it out to do a 1-stop. It's possible, but it's a bit risky because the tyres by that point will be long gone. So it's also you got to bear in mind, I don't know if this game takes it into account, but the more fuel you have in your car, then the quicker the tyres will wear, because, you know, there's more weight on it. So if the game considers that as a factor, then I really don't want to do that risk of doing a 1-stop. So I'll just do a simple 2-stop. We're in a good qualifying position, and we got Mika Salo in 5th, and I can't remember what Grand Prix it was, but it was right at the start of the season. Both Tyrrells qualified quite high up, like 5th and 7th. Around there, they qualified quite high up, and then they did... Well, they helped us out a lot because they held up the rest of the field. So I'm hoping if Mika Salo can hold up everyone behind him, then all we have to worry about are both Williams. So hopefully, I mean, that's just, you know, hopefully that will be the case. So 2-stop, Brundle coming in a lap later, both on brand new tyres. Okay, that's all good. So yeah, head on to the formation lap. No one has stalled. So the 1996 Belgian Grand Prix is a go. Mika Häkkinen is already out of the race. So it's still Barrichello from Brundle, from both Williams. Michael Schumacher has jumped Mika Salo, so Mika Salo's in 6th, but still is in a points position for Tyrrell. Oh, Eddie Irvine is out, and Jos Verstappen. Both out at the same time. They might have collided with each other. Villeneuve's in the pits. That's a little bit early, but he might just be... I was about to say he might be trying to get the undercut. That doesn't really apply in this era of F1. I mean, of course, he will be on fresher tyres. Fisichella's out of the race. Barrichello, right, okay, so he needs 15 laps worth of fuel, brand new tyres, and he pitted in from 1st place, 8.3 seconds, okay, that's not a bad pit stop. Schumacher's in the pits as well. Hopefully he hasn't jumped Barrichello. No, he hasn't. Damon Hill is also in the pits, I think the same lap as Martin Brundle, so Brundle, again, new tyres, 15 more laps worth of fuel, 8.2 seconds in the pits. And let's have a look. That's Martin Brundle just entering the pits. There is Barrichello in 2nd. I know it says he's in 1st, but that's because it considers... Gehard Berger in 10th. Are you telling me that Martin Brundle is on the verge of lapping Gehard Berger? Well, that's very strange, but... Brundle is in 1st, Barrichello's 2nd, then it's Norberto Fontana. Damon Hill is just there in 3rd, so not too far behind, but crucially, we've been able to retain our 1st and 2nd positions. Oh, Rubens Barrichello is out of the Grand Prix. Barrichello was 7/10 behind Brundle. He was catching up rapidly because, of course, Barrichello was leading the Grand Prix, but he's now retired. So I want to keep a close eye on Martin Brundle. So he's stuck at... Oh, no, Mika Salo. So much for helping us. He's now actually holding up Brundle. So now Damon Hill, Michael Schumacher, Jacques Villeneuve, why is everyone in one massive lump? There's a load of lapped cars and front runners all in one group, and then you got some other ones here. Rosset, Katayama, Diniz. What's going on? This is very strange. When Jacques Villeneuve is pitting again, that's quite early. What are we on lap? He's pitting lap 23. He's either going to be stopping 3 times, or he is doing a really long last stint. I'll tell you what, so much for, you know, doing 2 light-fueled stints, because he hasn't gained from it at all. He hasn't gained any places. If anything, Michael Schumacher actually has jumped Jacques Villeneuve because of it, which is unsurprising when you're doing a longer stint, because you'll be running on fumes for the last couple of laps, which is also how Martin Brundle was able to jump Barrichello. Do you know what? I'm going to have to start making a conscious effort to give the person who qualifies on pole position the better race strategy, because well, I never had to worry about it in F1 Manager, because it only really applied one time, and that was in the European Grand Prix in the third and last season, when Coulthard had first placed until he was held up by Sauber, I think, and then Hakkinen passed him. So we need 14, we'll put in 15 laps, we'll give him a lap spare worth of fuel. So 15 laps, new set of tyres. This is Martin Brundle's last pit stop, 8.1 seconds in the pits. And please tell me he's still out in the lead. Well, there's Michael Schumacher in second place, coming round La Source, miles away from Martin Brundle. So, I believe it's Martin Brundle leading from Schumacher in second, and I think it's Damon Hill in third and Jacques Villeneuve in fourth. And Villeneuve might have to stop again, but quite honestly, if Mika Salo's in fifth... Where is Mika Salo? If he is in fifth, which... No, he's in ninth, okay. Who's in fifth then? Oh, who is in fifth? Heinz-Harald Frentzen. Once again, he's in a points place. Frentzen has been a consistent... Well, not consistent, but a not too irregular bottom point scorer, has Frentzen. No, he's done well, which I think is why Sauber have replaced Johnny Herbert instead of Frentzen. But not to say it was Johnny Herbert's fault that he never scored any points. So, yeah, let me just check. It's Brundle from Schumacher, from Hill, Villeneuve, Frentzen, and Panis in the Ligier is in sixth. Oh, Jacques Villeneuve is coming into the pits with 4 laps left to go. I thought he might have to come in again, but with 4 laps left to go, why didn't he just fill up for the extra 4 laps? Luckily, Frentzen has been lapped by Brundle, so he's miles behind. But Martin Brundle, there he is, he's in first, but look, Michael Schumacher's right there, and so is Damon Hill, so it could quite easily come to... Oh no, there's lap cars in the way. Who is that? That's Katayama, Diniz and Rosset are all in the way, and all potentially could stop Martin Brundle from winning the Grand Prix. Shame about Barrichello, we could easily have a 1-2 right now. I mean, we would be in a 1-2 position. But Martin Brundle, he's just got half a lap left to go. But he's got Michael Schumacher and Damon Hill. They're going to be teammates next year. Gehard Berger is pitted. He's not even in the points. I mean, that's weird. Frentzen and Panis are in the points, but neither Benetton are. Benetton have had a shocking day. And, no. Hang on. Has Damon Hill literally dropped off the face of the earth? I wasn't even looking, but look, Martin Brundle is there, Schumacher's there, Damon Hill's nowhere. He was right behind Schumacher, he's gone. So I think Damon Hill has retired with about half a lap left to go. That means Villeneuve should take third place, but Martin Brundle, assuming Uko Katayama does not destroy his race, Martin Brundle is going to win the Belgian Grand Prix just ahead of Michael Schumacher. Or in fact, is this the last lap? Yeah, Damon Hill's retired. Okay, no, that was the second to last lap. Okay, scrap everything I said. Same situation as we were a lap ago, except we don't have to worry about Katayama nor Damon Hill, but this time it's Pedro Diniz that Martin Brundle's got to watch out for. I mean, Damon Hill retiring with a lap and a half to go. Coulthard just came out of the pits when we're about to finish the race. But Martin Brundle, this time around, coming round the last couple of corners, I think he's going to win the Belgian Grand Prix. Martin Brundle in the Jordan is going to beat Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari. Unbelievable. Brundle from Schumacher from Villeneuve. It's such a shame because Barrichello should have won the Grand Prix, could easily have come second, and then his car let him down. Damon Hill classified as fourth even though he retired with a lap and a half left to go, just because everyone from fifth downwards was lapped by us four. So yeah, as you can see, Heinz-Harald Frentzen didn't get a chance to to do more distance than Damon Hill. That's how dominant the top four were. Barrichello retired. I'm dreading to know why. I'm getting a little bit sick of Barrichello's habit to spin off. And the worrying thing is I've got to have Barrichello for the next season. Constructors' Championship, because Benetton didn't score any points. With 3 races left to go, Jordan are only 5 points behind Benetton, and Benetton didn't score any points at the previous Grand Prix. If Barrichello can actually finish a race, we could quite easily beat Benetton. Right then, so here we are in qualifying, and I'm getting a very horrid sense of deja vu. Mixed conditions, and much like in the Hungaroring, practice started off dry and then started raining. Now qualifying is also cloudy, so it could start raining at any moment. So just to avoid getting caught up by the rain, I'm going to go out early. Of course, the track isn't fully rubbered in, but if the track conditions are good enough for Benetton, Williams, Ferrari, then it's good enough for us. And actually, to be fair, I think Benetton do go out kind of in the middle. I think they go out after Sauber, I believe. But Barrichello coming up to finish his qualifying lap, and Martin Brundle's just going Parabolica, and Martin Brundle will finish his lap. Barrichello's already done his. No qualifying lap records have been broken today. We'll wait for that Ferrari to cross the line, because that could easily be the quickest guy apart from ourselves. Wow. This is a powered track, Monza, let's not forget. This is a powered track, and Benetton haven't done their lap times yet, but Villeneuve on a 1:28.1, Brundle on a 24.8, and in fact so is Barrichello. That is embarrassing for everyone else, actually. Okay, yes, we were a little bit too dominant in qualifying. Yes, we're on the 124s. Gehard, Berger, Jean-Christophe, Damon Hill, they've all done alright actually. They've all bested Villeneuve from when we last looked. Gehard Berger actually did a 27.1, so that's a pretty decent lap. But other noteworthy things, Norberto Fontana in 13th. That's not noteworthy, but look at Frentzen. He's in 19th. And Frenzen's a good driver. He's scored many a point for Sauber this season. But in qualifying, I don't know if it was a setup issue. There was no rain all session. He just wasn't quick. He will be taking part in the race because, of course, it's only the slowest 3 who won't be taking part in the race. So once again, it's both 40s and Fizzy Keller. And then Mika Salo is still racing. So clearly Tyrrell have had the faith to put Mika Salo back in. There could be some whole issue to do with wages. Maybe Mika Salo's more expensive than Emmanuel Collard, and that's why they put in Collard just to save money. Who knows what the situation is with Tyrrell, but regardless, Salo did beat Katayama, and by 9/10 of a second. Right then, so I've sorted out a strategy once again, and as always, it is a 2-stop strategy. You could arguably do a 1-stop, because it is raining heavily, but there's changeable conditions. If it's anything like Hungary, I'm not going to worry about a 1-stop. I might need to stop about 20,000 times. But 2-stop. Brundle wanted to do a 3-stop, but it may not always be the case. But from what I found out, tyre wear in the wet is much less than in the dry. So, oh, there's a helicopter I can just hear now. That's different. But yeah, so Brundle coming in a lap later because he obviously qualified higher, so we'll give him the better strategy. So that's all good. So of course we got both Benettons right up behind our Constructors' Championship rivals. Oh, that doesn't look like good weather, does it, on the pit board? That's stormy conditions. And Barrichello spins off in the dry, so I'm a little bit concerned. No one has stalled. The 1996 Italian Grand Prix is a go. Jacques Villeneuve has stalled his car. That is a big name driver already out of the race. But crucially, both Benettons are still behind both Jordans, and there's Damon Hill, then there's a McLaren. So it's actually a Ferrari sandwich. So, well, both Ferraris in between both McLarens. Okay, I assume that's Hakkinen is the leading McLaren, but I can't remember. It might be Coulthard. No, it is Hakkinen, and Irvine's ahead of Schumacher. Okay, but Frenton at the back, so his weekend really isn't going too well. Panis is pitting already. That could well be, yeah, a 10-second penalty. I thought so. Irvine in the pits already. That could be a penalty. I don't know. It just seems very early to pit. Who knows? Maybe it's strategy. Maybe he knows something about the weather conditions. But as far as I'm concerned, it's still raining heavily. Oh no! It's no, not anymore. It's drying. No, we've got to deal with this. Track drying. Okay, just gotta wait for people to pit in then. Oh no, I think we should have come into the pits already. Gehard Berger is coming into the pits right now. Damon Hill has already pitted and is well on his way to catching us back up, so yeah, probably should have pitted already. I think most of the front runners have pitted. I'm not so sure about Schumacher or Häkkinen, but I think everyone else has. Okay, so you're going to be pitting in lap 37 now. That means you're going to need yeah, 21 laps worth of fuel. It's lap 17 to come in on lap thing. Apparently it's still wet tyre conditions, but Brundle, Berger and Hill have all proven that it's not necessarily the case. 9.6 seconds. Actually, no, hang on. No, because, no, Barrichello's easily going to jump. I think we might have made a mistake. I mean, I just reacted to Gerhard Berger and Damon Hill. Yeah, because Barrichello's jumped Brundle easily. That was quite deceiving. But either way, third and fourth. Well, who's in first right now then? Häkkinen is in first. He's only just there. And Schumacher's in second. Okay, Barrichello could easily jump both of those guys. Martin Brundle. I think we just have to hope that Häkkinen and Schumacher pit in too late. I don't really know at this point. I'm clutching at straws because I think we've made a mistake. I mean, I just reacted to Damon Hill and Gerhard Berger. I just assumed that they knew what they were doing because that's two separate teams, two top teams. I thought they knew what they were doing. And also Eddie Irvine pitted in really early, so I doubt he fitted on the dry tyres at that point, but who knows. You're taking the piss. Look, it's raining again. It's Hungary. It's another Hungarian episode, right? I'm just going to try and I'm going to cut out all of me worrying about it. I'm just going to get to the point because or else this is going to be like an hour-long episode. Okay, Schumacher's coming to the pits. Both Benettons have pitted. Schumacher has. Okay, well, let's look out for Damon Hill, who's behind Martin Brundle. If Damon Hill's coming into the pits, then that's enough drivers to make. No, Damon Hill hasn't. Bankruptcy. I mean, look. This is my point. Is Michael Schumacher has already caught up to Barrichello, although Barrichello's being held up by Pedro Lamy. But then again, he's not too far away from Häkkinen. But then again, I mean, going on that logic, last time around I thought I judged it perfectly, the weather conditions, because it seemed like Damon Hill was catching up quickly, but then, who knows? Who knows what's going on? Sod it, I'm telling Barrichello to come into the pits. Michael Schumacher's right up behind him. He'd only just cleared Pedro Lamy. A few other guys had just come into the pits. Häkkinen wasn't one of them. I think we've called it too early again because Barrichello's still oh no, he says he wants a wet weather setup. It's raining. Yeah, no, good. Okay, we need to get Brundle in ASAP. I thought it was drying, but it's not. The track is dampening. Okay, we can't go to the end, can we? Oh, you're kidding. It's pointless trying to go to the end anyway because the weather conditions will probably change again. So we'll just meet halfway. It's lap 31. We'll pit on lap 42. 13 laps worth of fuel. Wet weather tyres. Okay, we'll tell Brundle to come in because Barrichello thinks it is wet weather conditions. I think Schumacher's passed Barrichello. Yep, Schumacher's passed Barrichello. So Schumacher is effectively leading the Grand Prix. Damon Hill's coming in the same lap as Martin Brundle, so they're both in right now. Oh, it's a battle of the pit stop crews. Get rid of that pit stop. lap 43 is what we'll do. So 13 laps worth of fuel, wet weather tyres. Theoretically, Williams' pit stop should be quicker because they've got a better pit stop crew. I'm assuming they've got more people, and certainly they've got a better chief mechanic. But they might try and fill up to the end, who knows. So our pit stop is 5.4 seconds, that is quick. Williams could quite easily beat that with the resources they've got. So looking in the pits. Come on Martin, get moving, come on. Come on Martin, please get moving. Yes, he has got moving. He is still ahead of Damon Hill, and there's a McLaren there. So Martin Brundle has got out ahead of David Coulthard, I'm guessing. Yes, so Gehard Berger has jumped Brundle. So Gehard Berger did actually jump, or he did judge the pit stop lap quite well. Barrichello's in third, there's Schumacher second, Häkkönen's there. I would assume that we're going to jump Häkkinen, but look, there's Ricardo Rosset, who's now holding us all up, so who knows? Who knows at this moment in time, but either way, it's Häkkinen, Schumacher, Barrichello, Berger, Brundle. Don't tell me that just said. No, the track's wet. Okay, it's officially wet. And Häkkinen still hasn't come into the pits. And this is one brave guy we're talking about, Mika Häkkinen. Out there on slicks. No, he's into the pits right now. And I think Schumacher's jumped in, but Barrichello hasn't. I was really expecting... Yeah. I'm guessing... I don't know what happened. Maybe it was traffic, but either way, Schumacher's now leading the Grand Prix, but somehow Barrichello didn't jump Häkkinen. Oh, this game is such a tease. Honestly, I might just cut out the rest of this race, or the majority of it, because this is going to go on for quite a while. Right, everyone is coming into the pits right now. Ferraris, both McLarens. Gehard Berger has already pitted and has caught up to Barrichello already. Berger was more Brundle's problem than Barrichello's, but now he's everyone's problem, I think. So after all of that commotion, here's what's happened. Schumacher's still leading, it's raining, I don't care. We're doing a Jean-Christophe and we're staying out. Schumacher's leading, Häkkinen. Gehard Berger has jumped a lot of people to get into third, including Barrichello and Brundle. Brundle has still somehow stayed ahead of Damon Hill. Jean-Christophe retired, which is something I didn't know about. And Norberto Fontana is down nearly in the points. Damon Hill's in the pits. He could well jump us. And that was... Did Damon Hill pit on the last lap? I think he did. But either way, it's Schumacher, Häkkinen, Berger. A slightly more normal top three. What? What? How did Damon Hill finish in fourth? Utter rubbish. It said he was in the pits. There's no way he came into the pits, got out, and overtook us two in a lap. Rubbish. That is complete and utter rubbish. Okay. Well, either way, Schumacher won. The only thing I'm concerned about especially is the Constructors' Championship. Well, we got 3 points, Benetton got 4. So we might not beat Benetton, there's still 2 Grand Prix left to go. If we have more of the Grand Prix like we had at Belgium, we could easily beat Benetton. If we have more of these, who knows. And level 9 semi-automatic gears, okay. Okay, drive rates, we're going to have to keep that in mind heading into the next season where the rules could change. I'm actually a little... No way! Tyrrell are bankrupt! Oh no, that's it. I did speculate, I think it was this episode, wasn't it? I speculated that maybe they were getting Emmanuel Collard in a race seat for money reasons. And that's true. That's actually really sad. Do you know what? I was and still am expecting a team to go bankrupt. It wasn't Tyrrell. I'm not going to say who it is, just in case it... Well, I just don't want to spoil anything for people who are new to this game. But whenever I've played this game, there's one team that's almost always gone bankrupt. They still haven't yet, but I'm still awaiting the time that they do. I've never seen Tyrrell go bankrupt before. Tyrrell are such a good team as well. They're not a good team, but I've always liked them, the sort of family-run, low-key F1 team. It's the same reason I always liked Minardi and 40 and, you know, those sorts of teams. The sort of family-run, tight-knit, small teams. And, yeah, they're gone. Sad times. So, yeah, Martin Brundle, he's re-overtaken Jean Lacey, so that's a positive, and he's only 1 point behind Gehard Berger. I mean, feasibly, he could still win the Drivers' Championship. This is a shock. 2 races left to go, and the championship is going down between Schumacher, Berger, and Brundle. Constructors' Championship, we all know how it is. Oh yeah, and of course, both Tyrrell drivers aren't on the list anymore. Well, Tyrrell hadn't scored a point anyway. Came close to on several occasions, but they were in the Constructors' Championship. They were the highest placed team not to score a point. But yeah, that's how the Constructors' standings reads. It was Tyrrell who were in 8th. It's now Arrows, but Benetton are 6 points ahead of us. Ferrari have caught up a lot, unsurprisingly, thanks to Schumacher's rediscovered his form. He's rediscovered his winning ways, which he had in the middle of the season. Disappeared. It seems to have come back again. And then we got Williams in 4th. They've been the biggest surprise. Actually, no. I'd say how poor McLaren have been has been the biggest surprise all season. But yeah, Williams, I was expecting better from them. Much better. I mean, they've been really good on occasion, but as I say, on occasion. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, guys, be sure to leave a like. Comment down below. Comment what you think about Tyrrell going bankrupt, because I'm stunned. Absolutely stunned. Tyrrell have gone bankrupt. So yeah, be sure to comment down about that. And I'll see you guys next time for the Portuguese Grand Prix. And that's going to be the first Grand Prix this season without Tyrrell taking part. And they've been such a brilliant team. But no more, as it turns out.